Hey guys, welcome back to the next lecture. In this one, we're going to be learning about headers and footers. So we're going to start off with explaining what headers and footers are. Imagine you have a book that you're reading. When it says on the bottom page 1, page 2, page 3, and so on, that's your footer. And it's on every single page. Now, if you go to the top of the page, it'll say the title of your book, like Jed's Guide to Picking Flowers, or whatever it is on the top. That's going to appear on every single page at the top. That's your header. So we're going to do the same thing in the book onto our Excel spreadsheet. Okay? Now, question is, why is it so important to have a header and footer? Well, if you work in a company like me, or if you need to be at all organized, you need to have a header and footer, because when you get a document, there's nothing worse than getting the document and not knowing who wrote it, when it was written, who it came from, where the file is actually located, how many extra pages there actually are, and where it's located in the file. I mean, these little things take 1 or 2 minutes to do on your spreadsheet, but it could save you hours and hours and hours of trying to figure out if the information you're looking at is actually valid. And it's so powerful. I wish that more people would do it and just put the basics. You don't have to go crazy, but just the date. I mean, just the date alone. That's already a huge impact on your work. So please, guys, headers and footers. So in our lecture, we're going to be using the preset headers and footers in Excel. You can create your own ones manually, but that's a bit out of the scope of what we're doing. And I've found in my own experience that the preset headers and footers work really, really well. So, I mean, those are the ones I use. And I don't seem to have any problems with it, and everybody loves it. So let's begin. The first thing you want to do is you want to go to page layout view, like so. Okay? Now, as you can see, you'll see two sections. You have this space at the top, okay, which says click to add header. And then you have this space at the bottom, which will be click to add footer, which you can't see here, but you can see it over here. Okay? And we're going to put our auto text, that's the format, that's the formula used for it, which I'll go to in a second to add it. So let me zoom in first. All right, like so that we can see the header area. Okay, now what you'll see is at the header, you'll see 3 sections. Okay, 1, 2, and 3. You can put as many auto text as you want in this. Okay, go nuts. But we're just going to do one, which is the destination field of where this file is actually saved on our computer. Now, why is that important? Because let's say someone gives you this document and you need to make a change on it digitally in Excel. You don't want to have to try and look for it in your file or in your folders in your computer. You want to just say, okay, it's in this folder, it's in that drive with this title. Easy, okay? Now, the other thing I mentioned was auto text. So what is auto text? Well, auto text is very simple. All it is it's a formula, okay? And when you change something in your document, it's going to automatically update. So you'll be able to see that in a second, okay? So to actually put the header in, you want to first select inside the header, okay? And what that's going to do is bring out your header and footer tools in the design tab, like so. Okay, so you want to click that and go to header and footer and click on header, all right? And this is going to bring you up with a couple of options. We want to pick the 6th one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, sorry, not the 6th, the 7th one, okay? Now, as you can see, it has the location of where my file is. Your one's going to be different, of course. But if we click inside, we're going to see the formula itself. Now, I said this is automatic. So what happens is, once the formula is in here and you give this file to someone else, it's going to update based on where they save it and what they save it as. So if I give it to John and he saves it in the D drive, it's going to show D drive, John's folders, it's in this folder, and he's going to call it Excel tutorials. Okay, so very, very useful. So the top one's done. We're going to now jump to the bottom, like so. And again, same thing. You're going to have 3 sections, right? Now we're going to do a bit of customization here. So I'm going to show you how to actually add to your footers. All right. So you want to start here with the middle. Then you want to go design on the design tab. Then you want to go header and footer, footer. Right. Now we're going to use the one at the very, very bottom. Okay. Now, as you can see, it's actually filled out two sections, the middle one and the right one. In the middle one, you have a mixture of formula, as you can see, and then you have just text. This isn't gonna update. Okay. So that one's fine. We're not going to change it. But in this one, as you can see, it only says page 1. We want to say page 1 out of how many pages, okay? So the way to do that is you want to click inside, and you want to click at the very end, like so. Let's put a slash. Then you want to go design at the top, header and footer elements, and then number of pages. Now this is going to create your auto text for you, like so. Okay? Now when you click outside, it should update. So the next thing we're going to do is do this third one. Sorry, not the third one, the first one. You want to click in here, and what we're going to do is write what the sheet name is. Okay? So we're going to start by typing sheet, like so, colon, space. Then we want to go design tab, header and footer elements, and then sheet name. That's going to create the formula and tab, as you can see. So we click on the outside, and that'll update. As you can see, this case study solution here matches to this one, right? Pretty cool. So let's now zoom out, and as you can see, we now have headers and footers. And I mean, I'm explaining it, I'm going through it, so it's only taken us like 3 or 4 minutes. So if you're doing it on your own, it should take you 30 seconds, maybe less, but it has so much information. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to do a test print to show you guys what it looks like, okay? So we're going to go File, Save As. Okay, give it a second to load. Then we're going to save it as a PDF so we know what it looks like. And there it is. So let's maximize it and get a full screen. All right, there you go. I mean, it just looks more professional, right? And it has so many details, and you can tell someone just went to the trouble. So guys, very important, do the header and footer. All right. Well, that's it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time.